It's your boy Kirps the Rubes. And, let's get into this. Because it's been one of the main craziest shit that's happened for a while. So first, let me big up, because I never big up in the beginning, but I got to big up some people. One, thank you, Diddy. And I'm saying it because a lot of people, they tend to shit on people when they get put on by people like this. So thank you, Diddy, for over the years contributing to hip hop and what you did to make the hip hop genre expand to what it is today. From his business savviness to everything, fashion, everything. Thank you for putting out those major records, from Faith Evans to 112 to the Notorious B.I.G., Mace, Total, and everyone else he worked with, from Craig Mack to, to a lot of people, John D. Depp, and all these different people that was part of the Bad Boy franchise or the Bad Boy record label. Growing up and listening to their music, oh my God, it's amazing. Now we're going to get to the shit that's going on today. So obviously, shit has transpired. It's been big. You got first New York. Let's be clear. New York gave a last minute chance to anyone who has been abused, sexually assaulted, all these different things. It gave, I guess, a 1 year type of before it expires, statute of limitation, where you can sue anyone who has basically did something of that extent to you. So when they put that out there, Cassie came out with a $30 million lawsuit. And you're like, $30 million for what? Okay, well, everybody know Cassie and Diddy used to date. She put that out there. I think it was like 75 pages or so. We all know about that. So to speed things up, Diddy and her immaculately came to a decision. Obviously, funds were traded to stay quiet. Either stay quiet or just whatever. That's what the interpretation of what people are thinking. Okay, there was some stuff in that 75-page paper that came out a little bit. She said she was sexually assaulted, abused. I think there was a mention of Kid Cudi car blowing up because he liked her, and just a lot of different things was going on. She had sex with other prostitutes and all these different things. And in 24 or 48 hours, Puff's camp, P. Diddy's camp, came back with a response. They resolved it immaculately. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If someone comes to you with something and then you come back with something, isn't that a negotiation? Obviously, they negotiated something that could be detrimental to one party or the other, or people think, or maybe the other party just decided, look, he's here, he's living an amazing life, he don't want no trouble, no problems, So he's just, listen, here's the money you asked for. And look, like I said in my previous, he did not give her $30 million. There's no way he gave her 30 million. There was a negotiation, and I'm sure the media was in that negotiation. They probably negotiated anywhere between 20 million and 30 million. And it depends how he negotiated it as well. And it was accepted from her party. Cool. Then next thing you know, you got all types of people from Bad Boy or whoever was around that situation between these two to come out and voice their opinions. Like, I don't understand. How are you voicing your opinion on something you were there? You were actually there and did nothing. You were there. If, let's say, Diddy did do all those things that came out, why are you voicing your opinion if she didn't voice it? If she didn't voice it, if Cassie did not voice it, why are you voicing your experience on that situation, on their situation? It's none of your fucking business. This is a fact. This is what I mean. This is what I'm saying. It's none of your business. So I don't understand how people can just come out and just start talking stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. Over the years, people have came out and started saying, and to be honest, this is like disgruntled employees. I'm talking about people who used to work for Bad Boy, people who used to date Diddy. These are people who were coming out saying negative things about Diddy. But when they were a part of it, when they were in the parties, when they were in the events, when they were at the shit, when they were working for him, they wasn't saying none of this stuff then. Look, in every company, there has an HR. There's an HR where you can document your situation or what's going on in your life. Then, if that's not working, then you know what? You go to the authorities and document it there. If you don't do none of that, I'm not believing you for I don't care if you come out 20 years later and say, oh, this person did something. I'm not believing you. Because in reality, let's be clear. The other people don't really like black men or black people, period. That's one. And we're talking about media. Media do not like black people. That's why they always paint black people bad. Do you ever hear anything good in the media about black people? Do you hear, oh, this person just paid everybody's in his community, they pay for their rent, or this person supplied everyone in the community with cars and supplied everybody with a new center or something like that. No, you never hear about those things. You never hear anything good in the news or in the media about black people. But what they do is they paint black people badly when it's something negative. All the time. And I don't want to go black and white, but let's just go there for a second. Then, here's the other thing. Why is it that these people always come after black people, period? You have other people other than the black person that is screwing you out of your deals, your royalties, all this stuff. But you never call out those people. And you know who I'm referring to, those people. But they always call the person who they're kind of close to. You know, that's why in business, you shouldn't be close with certain people. Because why? You give them a string or a leeway to want to say things about you. You understand? And that's the problem. That is the problem. You know, some people, they come out, they say things about Jay. Oh, Jay didn't do this, Jay didn't do that. What the fuck Jay have to do for you? Jay gave you a fucking opportunity and you were supposed to take advantage of it. If you didn't take advantage of it, that's your fault. That is your fucking fault. Because you know why? Kanye West took full advantage of it. And he was at the bottom of the... Matter of fact, he came in late below all you guys who was doing well before him. And how the hell he became a billionaire and you guys didn't do none of that? Nah, I don't want to hear no fucking excuses. No excuses. I'm telling you, you guys are lazy. Either A, you lazy, or B, you just want to complain and point the finger. That's it. No disrespect to any of them. I'm just saying, this is what people tend to do from every, especially in the entertainment business or in the music business. Now, the thing that I hate when black people go at black people. You never hear other races do the same thing. They don't go. You don't hear this person go after this person. You don't hear this person go after this. You don't hear nothing. And don't get me wrong, I know social media is part of it, and people are getting paid now. That's why they putting out videos and stuff. And shit, I'm getting paid. I'm doing it, but I don't do it the way you guys do it. If someone bring me into a picture, I'm gonna be loyal to a fault. If I got a problem with that person because they did me dirty, I'm never voicing my opinion on it. You know why? Because it doesn't need to be voiced. But don't get me wrong, I may put out a book, but I may put it out like when I pass or something. I'm not gonna put it out while I'm here or something like that. It doesn't make sense. You understand? The whole point is to do it in the most loyal way and don't disrespect the person. That's it. I don't want no one knowing that me and this person had problems or we were beefing or whatever. I'm gonna keep that shit tight-lipped until I pass. That's just my point of view. That's how I feel. That's how I'm gonna take it. You know, that's a loyalty that will never tarnish. And I don't care if they did me wrong. Now, in a situation with Diddy, there was a lot of artists who came out and said some things. He stole royalty money. Okay, all right. How much royalty did he take? Did he take 100%? Did he take 10%? Did he take 20%? You know, with the whole Lots, I remember Lots came out. They went to Hot 97. They were on the Angie Martinez show, and they were going off on Diddy. They're like, "Oh, you got publishing, you got." How much did they take of your publishing? Did he take all your publishing? Did he take majority of it? You know, if he only took 20%, I mean, that was the contract you signed. You have to be responsible for yourself. It's your fault if you get ran over and screwed and all that stuff. That's your fault. I don't care what anybody say. You signed that contract. You signed it. You should know what you signed. You should never sign anything if your personal lawyer is not there. You should never sign anything you do not understand. If you don't understand something, why are you fucking signing the paper? And if they're trying to rush you, then that shit is not a good deal. That's a fact. It's not a good deal. Don't let no one rush you in signing something. Now, if you're being pushed to sign it and forced to sign it, then you have no choice because you're being forced. But if I were you, man, you better take that to the authorities. Listen, this person beat me up to sign this paper that is not supposed to happen. Take it to a lawyer with authorities. Make sure you protect yourself somehow. But in all reality, do not sign shit you don't understand. Get you a lawyer. Don't get their lawyer. Get your own personal lawyer. That's what I'm telling you. Now, like I said, you got all these people come out and disrespect Diddy. I'm like, damn, you guys from the hood, y'all supposed to be gangsters, supposed to be G's, y'all supposed to be whatever. Y'all come out and talk about what's going on in y'all business lives. All right, whatever. Then after, you got some people remain quiet about the situation. I respect them. You know, I know that something may have happened, but they remain quiet on this situation. Maybe they did it. I don't know. Okay. But why you only go after Diddy? Why not go after the guy, the people at Universal or the people at Sony or the people thing? Because they're screwing you just as much as Diddy. Diddy is not the only person screwing you because he don't have 100% of your contract. He shares that contract with whoever else he works for. And yes, he works for somebody because he gets his check from someone as well. Everybody in the industry get their check from someone. Even Jay-Z get his check from someone. He may bring in the business himself, but the person that cuts his check on is still on top of him. Now, I'm not saying he cuts his own. He doesn't cut his own check, of course. He cuts his own check. When you partner up in business, they cut you a check. But if you partner with Coca-Cola, you're not really partnering 50-50 unless you state it in the contract. It's a 50-50 partnership. Anyway, Diddy going through some shit right now. The feds just raided his homes. I don't think there were anything mentioning that for a reason for his homes to be raided. Obviously, they said he was at the airport pacing back and forth near his plane, and I don't know. That's what they said. But they raided his home, and they had his staff and his sons, or whoever was at his beautiful homes. Because Diddy has some beautiful homes. $40 million plus. That guy got money. They arrested whoever was at his home. Now, to my memory, and correct me if I'm wrong, no disrespect to Donald Trump, but Donald Trump was in this same situation. And I don't believe Donald Trump or any of his staff was arrested at the Mar-a-Lago home in Florida. So what I don't understand is, why is it that in Diddy's house, everyone there was arrested, but at the Mar-a-Lago home, no one was arrested, and the feds did the exact same thing? You see the differences? You see the racial situation? The race plays a major role in something like that. It plays a major role, and that's why I said that, because I don't understand, why is it in the black household, they all gotta be arrested, but in the white household they're not being arrested? What kind of fucked up shit? You didn't have anything on them, so why arrest them? You just came in, and mostly, let's be clear, I want to be honest on this. When feds come to your house, or that means they built up a case against you. So that means they're building a case on Diddy. Now, I'm not sure it has something to do with the Keefe D situation, but according to what they put out there, it said on sexual assaults and things of that nature. That's what it said on the news. It blasted on the news and said that. And it's insane how when you look at things like this and you're like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? Like, why? Like, it's just crazy. I feel bad. Like, look, check it out. I'm gonna show you. Check this out.
Sean Combs, Diddy, accused of all kinds of things, including human trafficking.
His homes have been raided by federal agents. They even intercepted his plane on a tarmac and arrested his associate in Miami. Right now, let's bring in TMZ's Branson Kirk to talk more about it. Thank you for being here. All his troubles stem from an explosive lawsuit. Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, so I mean, after this, these Mondays these raids were intense. As we know, Miami, his home was raided as well as his Los Angeles home on Monday. Well, we are learning a little bit more information about all of this, what went down, as well as some new footage and some new photographs that TMZ has obtained. Well, Diddy, during the raid, was intercepted by federal agents on the tarmac, actually out in Miami at one of the airports out there. He was about to aboard a private jet. He was with some of his family, some of his crew, and federal agents intercepted him. And it's really interesting. Actually, one of his associates was arrested on charges of possibly being a mule, on possible, drug charges and so forth. Yeah, Brendan Paul actually has been named in one of the lawsuits that is been targeted towards Diddy. But no, we're learning a little bit more information about the raid. TMZ obtained video actually of that raid here in Los Angeles. The aftermath of his home, you can see hard drives just torn apart. You can see papers strewn about. You can see several different pieces of the home, safes broken into as well. So obviously, federal investigators really felt like they had, probable cause to go in there and look for what they were looking for, and they did not hold back in their attempt to look for what they were looking for. We don't know exactly what they were looking for, but we know that this is all tied to all those civil lawsuits that he has faced the last few months, tied to sex trafficking allegations and, several other heinous crimes that have been targeted towards him. But Diddy has really been responding and saying that he remains innocent. This is a witch hunt. He's being railroaded by the government and so forth. So that's how Diddy feels right now. But at the moment, he has not been arrested and he is still in the States.
Definitely will develop some insane allegations, though, for sure. We'll see what happens.
So yeah, so that's basically what happened. He was raided. So maybe in a few months, what's going to happen? And I think if a lot of you don't know, academics have been in a similar situation where his home was raided due to allegations of, sexual assault or something like that. So obviously, they're gonna have a grand jury or a jury put together, and they're going to deliberate on whatever they think, because he has some lawsuits, and this all stems to that 1 year statutory limitation law that was just put in place. Of course, Cassie took full advantage of it, and because he quickly paid out, because to be honest, all of this is everybody want to get paid. It has nothing to do like, oh, I'll keep my mouth shut if you pay me. That's what it is. It's all like that. That's how Bill Cosby got caught into it. And people, listen, just because they pay, it doesn't mean that they're guilty. They pay on the extent of they don't want their livelihood interrupted. You understand? That's the reason why they pay. They don't want bad press, because bad press is bad press. Even if they're innocent, especially a heinous crime like sexual assault or rape or human trafficking, things of that nature, is bad for any business. These are high profile people who have businesses with many, sponsorships and the face of this and the face of that. They don't want that interrupted. You get something bad in the back and press like that, because that's what news is. It's to paint a negative light on you. So if you get something bad on bad press, of course you won't be able to come back from that, even if you're innocent, because people don't care if you're innocent. They just care about the moment and the news that's going on, because everybody focuses on the negative all the time. People live off of negativity. Why do you think they like all these reality shows? Why do you think the rating rates on these reality shows are so good? Because there's fighting, there's arguing, there's all that dumb shit. And that's the reason why those people in those reality shows thrive. It's the same thing when it comes to a high profile. Like Diddy is like the godfather almost of the hip hop world. He's one of those prominent figures that his company has done a lot for the hip hop industry. Mind you, this guy throws a lot of events, and you know, you got people over the years been saying some stuff. Then you have the murder of Tupac Shakur, and they say that he may be involved. I don't know for sure, and I don't think he was involved, but that's what they're saying. He may have paid some people to murder Tupac, which is bullshit. But I can see in, if I can pull my, out there, I can see why people would say that. Mind you, East West, Bad Boy versus Death Row. I mean, look, Suge Knight wasn't no person you can say, hey, let's solve this immaculately and let's resolve this situation so it doesn't go crazy. Let's be real. He wasn't that type you can probably talk to like that. The guy was, 6-something? Big guy. He ran with a lot of gang members. And I don't want to say he ran with a lot of gang members, but he ran with a lot of scary people. And those people he ran with, you see Diddy and his camp, they were putting out real good music. They were putting out music that people danced to and stuff. And then on the other side, they were putting out great music as well. But the music they were putting out were gangster rap music. You know what I mean? West Coast style music. We're putting out East style. And then two of the prominent figures who had issues with each other, which I don't understand. They were friends and then now they have issues, was Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur. They were going back and forth. I don't think on the Notorious B.I.G. side, he didn't say anything. He kept it humble. He kept his approach and kept making his hit music. He didn't say nothing crazy about that guy, except on one record, and that was with Jay-Z. Now, that wasn't even a straight shot. And I don't even want to say he said something in Who Shot You, because that wasn't directed to him. People like Notorious B.I.G. is not going to not say your name in the record if they direct it to you. You already said it in the record with Jay-Z. Tupac came at the Notorious B.I.G. in a big way. Obviously, he got shot around where Bad Boy was at, and he picked a fight. If you listen to some interviews, he even said it's not about them. He's just trying to get money. That's basically what he said. And if you do your research, there's an interview out there where he said it's not about him and Big. It's not about them. He's just trying to make money. That's what he said. I think, he was in jail. His man then come get him. Suge Knight had the money. I'm sure they were trying to get the money, but now he had to work for Suge Knight. Mind you, Tupac was independent. He was independent. Then he had to work under a label, and he had to fulfill whatever contract duties to sell his records. That's all that was. There was no beef between Tupac and Big. The media, the news, made them have beef. Why? Because you had these prominent black people making a ton of money. Mind you, got people going to college and doing this and in debt and shit like that. And you're looking at these people like, what the fuck? These motherfuckers ain't going to college and they making millions? They were upset. So why not paint them in a bad light? Anything, like I said before, anything black people do, they're going to paint it in a bad light. Always. Those people, they do that. Ignorant people do that. Just recently, the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin just came out and said that over the years they've been hiding this for decades. And he just randomly came out and showed that Jesus was black. He showed that. This is a white man saying that. No black man was near him to say this. No one put a gun to his head to say this. This is what he said. And instead of people saying, oh shit. I mean, look, black people knew that all along. We knew that all along. We weren't dumb to it. You could read the lines in the Bible. His hair was dark as wool, just all the different descriptions of Jesus were in the Bible tells you that he had to either be brown or black. He had to be my color skin or a little bit in between. But when you go outside in reality, in these churches, Jesus is white. Why is Jesus all white in all these churches? But in the Bible, it don't say he's white. Don't say that at all. So that right there tells you the news of how they paint black people. Dark people, black people. We're painted, even in the dictionary, we're painted as ugly and dirty and bad and all that stuff. It's just what it is. There's nothing you could do about that. But in this situation, in the hip-hop world, that's what happened. They painted, this was a new industry growing, a new genre of music, and at the time, people started making a lot of money in this industry, and obviously they wanted to ravel that, and they did ravel it. It put two coasts against each other, put the East versus West. I think I was a kid around this time. They put the East versus West, and people were voicing their opinions, and they was like, oh, I ride for the East all day, and then, oh, I'm the West all day, fuck the East, all day, fuck the West, all that shit. And there were things happening when people would come to these coasts. People were getting hurt, people were getting beat up, violent things were going on. They were reporting this too. Then in the hip-hop industry, as it was continuing to grow around that time, it was talking about violence and guns going on in those situations. Obviously, Tupac Shakur, he voices opinions through his music, and not through his music, publicly as well, because he's a well-spoken man. Obviously, he was a lot larger in the presence sense than Notorious B.I.G., because he appeared in films like Above the Rim and Poetic Justice alongside Janet Jackson, and just a major, the guy was big. He was an actor as well, but he was also part of, or the son of, one of the elite clubs or elite organizations in the 60s called the Black Panthers. His mother was part of that movement. So this been following him for years. He's been in the news about a potential rape charge, also in the news for shooting undercover cop, and he's just been in the news for a lot of things. So that's what made him a lot bigger than the Notorious B.I.G. In music as well, he was good at music. He sold a lot of great music. He was well spoken in his music, verses, rhyme skills was up to par. He was just an amazing man. And then he met his demise when he was in Vegas. Something transpired, and then next thing you know, he ends up dead. And then a few months after, which I could not understand, but the East Coast King, the Notorious B.I.G., he ends up dead 6 months after Tupac Shakur in California. What I don't understand is why P. Diddy allowed the Notorious B.I.G. to go to LA 6 months after Tupac Shakur died. And if you're going to bring him to LA, why not have bulletproof cars? Why not have the security to checkpoint everything? And if you did have the security, it wasn't a good enough detailed security. You know, I was watching a documentary and they said that the budget ran out that night, so they couldn't get the security that they needed for that night, the night that he died. I just don't understand why not protect your top priority of your business. It's just mind-blowing to me. That's the only gripe I have with Diddy. You know, over years, things have happened. And, you know, to be honest, this is why investigations are going on. You know, Keefe D, he said some things over the years. I'm not sure if he was capping or lying or just doing it to make money. But if you're a gangster, why are you even talking about shit anyway? That's just my opinion. Why are you talking about shit? Gangsters stay silent. They move in silence. This guy is a gangster. This guy is an old school, you know, he runs organization, but he talking about stuff that he should not be talking about. And in my opinion, I'm sorry, you are a snitch. You are telling stories or telling tales of stuff that you shouldn't be talking about, whether you was involved in it or not. And then you put in other people's business in your situation. And this is basically going to coincide with, oh, you was involved in this situation, so I have to arrest you too. It's almost saying like if I get arrested and I was with a guy named Michael and I got arrested for something, I say, oh, Michael was with me too. Michael was with me. That's what he did. That's what Keefe D did. You know, he put out a book. And then he told on Vlad TV, he told basically what happened. It's like, bro, I'm looking at this shit like, yo, what's wrong with you guys? Like, I thought you were a G. I thought you were a gangster, bro. Like, you don't say stuff like this. And then here's the thing. Anybody who feel that they're gangsters or thugs, whatever it is, and you commit any type of crime, whether it's robbery or drug dealing, whatever, if you was a part of that, you shouldn't be talking about nothing to the authorities. And here's the other thing. I don't respect none of these people. I'm going to tell you why. When it's another black person, they quick to kill, they quick to shoot, they quick to beat up, they quick to do all that stuff to when there's someone that look like them. But when there's someone that doesn't look like them, they don't do nothing. They don't do shit. That's why I don't respect them. I don't respect it, and I don't respect them. It's like, yo, if you're going to have that same energy for people that look like you, should have more or way more of the energy when people who don't look like you. That's just how I feel. You know, if so what, you did something to that man. All right, you did something. Show that energy to the person who's going to lock your ass up. Show that same thing for a person who's going to throw away the book on you and put you away for fucking 10, 15, 20 years of your life. Nah, they don't do shit like that. They don't do that. But they show it to people who look like us. We already are crabs of a barrel, you know, in our culture, you know, because we feel everybody who climbs up, they get pulled down. They either get killed, they either get shot. There's jealousy within our culture, within our thing. And be honest, yo, I love being black, but I hate it too. I hate being black for a lot of things, and I love being black for other things. We don't never stick together as black people. And that's one thing I hate. As black people, we never stick together. We talk about each other. We're jealous of each other. We say some crazy things. That's why people don't like black people. That's why people stay away from black people. That's some real shit. I'm being real and honest about it. Yeah, people fucks with us and they be around us because of the shit that we say, how we talk, how we speak, how we sing, how we rap, whatever. They want to be a part of it for the fun part of it, but they hate being a part of it for the arguments, for the fighting, all that shit. I'm not saying that other cultures don't do the same shit, but I know in our culture, it's just more prominent. It's just more out there. What people are doing to Diddy right now, throughout the media, like this guy got kids. This guy got a family. This guy is on a daily basis taking care of many people. And for people to just come out and just say these outlandish and crazy things, it's mind-boggling. It is. I really feel bad. I feel bad. Yeah, I don't care. He doesn't know me. He didn't give me any money or whatever. He don't have to. But you know what he did do? For my sanity, listening to the music that Bad Boy had put out, from Faith Evans 112 to Mace, all these people, the lots, I feel good throughout my days growing up because music was my therapy. And I listened to a lot of Bad Boy music. So, I respect Diddy. Now, these people who's come out to sue Diddy because all they want is money. Because if this guy was broke, they wouldn't do that shit. And here's the thing. I just watched a documentary, right? I just watched it. And they were talking about Brian Pack. The Nickelodeon kids. One of the kids happened to be Drake Bell. He was a star on The Amanda Show. And he said he was molested by Brian Pack. And all these other Nickelodeon kids. So why aren't the offices, the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, why haven't they raided Nickelodeon? And this is where the distraction happens. When one thing come out about these people, they always go and try to push to the dark people, to the black folks. I kid you not, it happens every single time. Like I said, when Trump houses were raided, you didn't see his housemaids or his gardeners or whatever in handcuffs. They took what they had to take and they were gone. They didn't do that to Diddy's house. I'm sure there was stuff stolen. I'm sure they took some things because a lot of those people who ran in there, they were masked. Who sent them? What reasons? On what grounds? You understand? It's a sad situation. And to be clear, Diddy only settled quickly because he didn't want to give the lawyers the money for a trial. Remember, trial and all that, that's costly. It's expensive. If he's going to spend $15 million on a trial, why not just give her $15 million? Mind you, he was also in a lawsuit with his company on the Ciroc brand. Because of this situation, got in the way, and people come out and saying outlandish things, it fucked up his lawsuit with them. Not only that, he had to step down from his revoked chair. he had to sell it, I heard. So people are really fucking up this guy's livelihood. This is a guy who just received an iconic legacy award. Now he's painted like shit, like, oh, he's a Batman. They did the same thing to Michael Jackson. You want to know the crazy thing about the Michael Jackson shit? His estate just sold half of his catalog to the same company he been trying to escape. Now I know that his estate don't know anything about music and stuff like that, but that's bullshit. They know how much his music generates per year. They know how much they can get, and they can negotiate it that way. But why negotiate it to Sony? Why not negotiate to any other company? But why Sony? It's crazy. It's crazy. People do that. It's crazy. It's sad too, that now his estate, and I know his estate is spending his money. I know it. The Jacksons did not make that deal. It was his estate that made that deal. Come on, this guy makes a lot of money. They don't need to spend that money. Why 600? He bought some of his masters and a lot of others for a lot more than that, and they sold it for 600 million. Fuck, they do that for? This is the same people he's trying to escape. This is exactly why this man was killed. I'm sure he was killed. He's a genius, and they killed him. Not only that, there's just so much. There's so much. And, they did to R. Kelly, allegations. The guy didn't even fight his case. A documentary came out and then boom, he's guilty. This is what they do. They paint people guilty before they could prove their innocence. I'm telling you, this is war on our constitutional rights as black people. This is exactly what that is. They paint you in the bad way so that you are unable to fight your case. Look what they're doing to Young Thug. He's sitting in court for nonsense, honestly. And they're hoping that he weighs down and just give in so that he'll say, you know what, I give up. They're trying to run down his wealth so that he can't fight no more and he'll just take a deal. Because that's what they want. But he's fighting, and I'm glad he's fighting. I'm glad he's fighting it. And then sue they fucking asses. Because that's the only way these people are going to, And if I was Diddy, get your shit together so you can sue them back. Get your money, man. Honestly. After all these people signed NDLs, not NDLs, NDAs. Now they out here talking shit. These people, and don't get it twisted. Don't think that none of these women participated in none of this shit. They participated. They were at these events. They were having a good time. They had party favors there. They participated. Don't believe all that shit that, oh, he gave me this. He gave you. Really? He gave you? You have a choice to leave, because I heard other people, they was like, oh, I didn't go to those parties. But you stayed? You stayed because you wanted to say, you wanted to have fun. You wanted to have a party. You wanted to party with Diddy. Now all of a sudden he did something bad to you. People are funny, people. I'm telling you, these people are funny. When money's involved, people will always be funny. If it ain't about the money, then don't sue for the money. If they did you that wrong, why you ain't say nothing before? Why wait till a year or 2 or 3 or whatever to say something? The thing that bothers me is because now you put actual people who really been abused and really been sexually abused and things of that nature, and to not want to come forward, because those people who it really happened to, I speak for those people. You know, those people, it's hard for them to come forward because of the trauma they've been through. But we're talking about people who just out for a paycheck. Hell no. They was having those people who were out for a paycheck, instead of putting the person in jail. But you want to get money instead. You did it for the money. You didn't do it for his crimes. You did it for the money. Because if you got a paycheck from it and that's what you wanted, that's what you wanted from the get-go. You wanted a paycheck. That's it. You wanted the person to settle because that's what you wanted from the beginning. It's a scam. It's a fucking scam. Now we got another iconic figure who happens to be black, painted in a bad light. Who's next? Who's next? Y'all gonna go after Jay-Z? Who else y'all gonna go? You gonna go after Michael Jordan? Who else? You already went after Kanye. You went after Irving, Kyrie Irving. Y'all ain't go after Amazon though. Kyrie Irving, he just put a video on his Instagram. Nike said, oh, we can't deal with this guy. Dropped him right away. Who else? Someone else dropped him right away. They were doing to him what they did to Kanye West. But Amazon, who actually sell the video, why you ain't say nothing about Amazon? I know why. Because Amazon have a lot of money. A lot. And there's nothing y'all could do about it to Amazon. So you go after people who don't have a lot of money. See that? That's what they did. That's how I know. It's about, it's always going to be black or white. Always going to be. And then, you know, I said in my previous video, these type of people who are in control of the world, you know, of the U.S. or whatever, they're going to always paint black people in a bad light. It's just as if people don't like to see black people win. I don't know why, but just it is what it is. Why do you think right now Haiti is going through what Haiti is going through? Ever since Haiti has been the first to get out of slavery, they've been in a bad situation going forward. If today France would have to pay Haiti $1 trillion for how much money they stole from Haiti. This is what they call the price of freedom. You telling me you steal money because Haiti wanted to be free? Really? Anyway, I pray for Diddy and his family, and I hope everything resolves out itself. I don't want to see Diddy in the R. Kelly situation. You know, that's why Russell Simmons is in Bali right now. He's having a good time because he ain't trying to be painted in the same light. You know what I mean? He's not trying to be painted in the same light. They're trying to get him like that. That's why he ran. I mean, not ran, but that's why he's there. Because why? Fuck they gonna do to him over there? He's like, these women are not getting shit from me. Because that's what it is. People trying to get stuff for stuff that they participated in. So, anyway, it's your boy Kerbs Rules, and I'm out. Peace.